Hey, it's Marcia Pitts, the MSW coach, and I am going live to do some macro social work job searching. I am only going to be on for 15 minutes. I'm setting my timer, and we only going to be in this thing for 15 minutes. Enough time for people to take a 15-minute break and come get what they need. But I wanted to come on and to look at two macro jobs that I found just literally 3, 4 minutes before I sent my email, probably like 15 minutes ago, and I was debating on if I was going to remove my background, but I'm not. Um, Using my 100 plus macro social work job title list. This is a list that I created in 2020. When I first jumped on the scene, it was providing career coaching support online. And let me finish doing some tech stuff. And it was a digital product that I created and I released out in the world, and it was super product, super popular. And so if you don't know, I am having a live workshop on June 30th where I will be teaching people my proven strategies to finding macro social work jobs. And so one of the bonus items that I decided to give away is this list, right? Um, and so it's like an early registration bonus. If you register by tomorrow, 11:59 PST time, because I have a lot of California West Coast social workers who follow my work. Let me double check some stuff. So I'm offering this as an incentive. But real quick, because we only gonna be on this thing for 15 minutes and I have my timer going. I'm gonna share my screen and I want to show oh, hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you joined me. Okay, so that means that y'all got my email and we're gonna be in and out today. But let me share my screen because I want to show you these two jobs that I just found using the job title list. So one of the job titles that I chose from the list, and again, these are job titles that I sourced and scouted and pulled together in this, like, and I was gonna stop at 100, but then once I got started, I couldn't stop. So I think it's like 120 of them or something like that. But I hand pulled all of the job titles on this list. And so what I decided to do was search using two job titles, find two macro jobs to show you, like, if you register early for the How to Find a Macro Social Work Job workshop, you can get access to this list and start immediately job searching. So let's jump into it because we only got 15 minutes and we already at 12. So the first job title is Health Equity Program Analyst. And I just randomly chose a job title from the list. And I found this job with this org. And again, this is just using the job title list. This is not any of my other strategies to really determine if it's a macro organization, if it's aligned with what you want to do, all of like the career clarity piece. This is just using the list. So I found this job. And what I found interesting about it, and I don't know anything about Ascension, but when I researched them, apparently I think there's some type of healthcare system. But my medical social workers, I'm sure you know what it is. But either way, when I was reading through this, what caught my attention was the fact that this person would be addressing essentially like systemic level type issues, large scale health equity issues. Again, this is me just summing it up from when I briefly scrolled through it. I saw some language in here about disparities. I know from my medical social workers, you all are super interested in like health disparities. Um, Again, things that catch my attention is like where they're referencing national large scale initiatives. I can't highlight this for some reason, but they are talking about addressing the White House challenge to end hunger and build healthy communities. So things like that get me interested. When I scroll down, which I teach my coaching clients to not even look at education, because how I teach them is a method to prove that you are qualified based on the responsibilities rather than the education experience requirements. But even still, for this, it says strongly preferred. It's not required. So technically, you don't even need a bachelor's degree. If you do a really, really good job of proving that you have the experience to do this level of work, you can just do it with a high school diploma. So that was one of the jobs. Oh yeah, they even tell you here, education, high school diploma equivalency with 2 years of cumulative experience. This is just one job that I found. Also, why I pulled this one for the sake of this example is because it was remote. And I know that I have social workers from all over the world who follow my work. Things like SQL queries and Python R, statistical analysis. Social workers have that experience, especially for my social workers who did more of like an admin track program. I myself took a lot of statistical analysis courses. However, roles like this, they're not looking for you to come in to be a PhD level researcher. They want you to have just a sound foundational knowledge or understanding. And even if you don't, that's something that you can do by just taking like a professional development course on Python. And there are tons of free ones like that out in the world. The second job title, and I can't even see y'all in the comments. Oh, hey, Louie. Okay, it's 70 y'all. Okay, good. I hope y'all can see my screen because when I'm over here, I can't see it. So the second job, and for those who are just joining, you can't see it because of my background. So I'm using my job title list. If you don't know, on Sunday, June 30th, I'm having a live 2-hour, 2.5 hour how to find a macro social work job workshop. And if you register by tomorrow, June 19th at 11:59 PST time, you get access to my 100 macro social work job title list. This is a list that I created in 2020 when I first jumped on the scene publicly on the internet with the MSW coach. I created a job title list. If you're just finding me, you wouldn't know about this list because I snatched it down. It was super, super, super popular. I sold lots and lots of copies of it. And I was gonna originally put 100 job titles on there, but I kept going and I kept going. So I think it's like 120 on there. But if you register for the live workshop, you can start job searching today. Today. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna go live for 15 minutes to show y'all how to use it. So the second job title that I searched was research analyst. And again, that came from the job title list. And I saw this organization, which I'm very familiar with it, WestStat. It's a national organization. They do a lot of national level work. So I was like, okay, let's look at this. So what else? What else did I see? I saw that they specified that this is an early career position. So like for my newer social workers, my social workers with 2 to 5 like years of social work experience, this would be a good entry level job for you, depending on your area of interest. Now, I want to get a disclaimer. This is not the full process that I teach my paid coaching clients because we really work towards finding aligned macro jobs. So, for example, I help my people, and this is what I'm going to be teaching you all the basics of in the job searching workshop on Sunday, is how to identify what population, what issue do you want your work to center on? Why? Because a lot of you are in jobs just because it was available, right? And so when working with me, I help you shift from just taking any job to really getting clarity on, okay, yes, I'm a medical social worker, but I'm really passionate about education equity. I then help you find those types of jobs and get it, even though you haven't historically done it in the past. So I just want to get a disclaimer. This is just finding jobs. So the issues that WestStat is wanting a person to work on in this research analyst position is around regarding social policy and economic research, okay? And so how they're defining that is in the following areas. Again, these are all things that I look at. These are all things that I teach my paid coaching clients. They are touching on issues or areas regarding food and nutrition, around labor and workforce development. That's my area. Family support and aging, transportation, and military and veterans. So this is a great example of how macro level work works, is that it's not just regarding one issue. You know, like when you're in case management jobs, you're only addressing food, you're only addressing education, you're only addressing healthcare. Macro level work addresses the system level issues, which means all of our respective areas overlap. They are all connected. They are all intertwined. You can't, when you're talking about macro level issues, you don't treat people as if they are on one little island and they only have one issue regarding healthcare. No, their healthcare access and quality of healthcare will be significantly impacted based on where they live, based on their jobs, right? That's my area of interest, my area of specialty, based on the jobs they have, based on the quality of healthcare that they have access to, based on their ability to pay for co-pays and extra treatment. For my aging people, my people that my social workers that work with the aging population, like how people are able to like sustain their lifestyle in their older years is important, and it's all intertwined. Okay, so for this job I was like, oh, okay, I like this, so I kept scrolling. And so and again, this job is remote. So I kind of tried to stick with only jobs that were remote. This job search took me less than 2 minutes to do using the job title list. And so I'm seeing some buzzwords that I know are hot button areas of interest for social workers, which is diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. I see social policy content areas, and I'm scrolling down and I'm scrolling down. Typical, again, like I've been telling y'all for the last several months, macro jobs at bare minimum only require a bachelor's degree. That's it. You don't need anything else. We don't see anything in here about a license. Nowhere, right? Preferred, these are preferred. Now, this is for everybody. When an employer has preferred, that's exactly what it means. Preferred, that's a wish list. If you don't have it, it's okay. Like, you still can apply. And so, okay, I was like, all right, I'm gonna share this job with them. I got stuck for them because they will be posting this job only for a minimum of 5 days. I love when employers tell you stuff like this. Now, is the salary super, super high? No, but it's a great salary for somebody. And it's macro level work, right? And so that was just a quick fire, how to use the job title list. Let me see if I can see y'all again. And I found two macro jobs in less than like 4 minutes. It took me 2 minutes to find each one. And that was using the list, right? So if you want to get access to the list before it goes back in the vote, I only pull this list out every couple of years. It's not for sale on my website no more. The public cannot get it. But if you want to get access to it, register for the how to find a macro social work job workshop that I'm having live on Sunday, June 30th. And you can start job searching today. You don't have to wait. And again, there's over 100, it's probably like 120, but I know it's at least 100. I threw in some as a bonus because once I started job searching, I couldn't stop. But there's all types of job titles on here, and I hand pulled these myself back in 2020 based on my definition of macro level work. So this is nothing that you've ever seen floating around in a job title list. And these are true macro jobs, depending on how you conduct your job searches. So it's 3:14. I got 1 minute left. My goal was to get you in and out for a break and not keep you out any longer than that. If you want to get access to the 100 plus macro job title list, purchase your ticket to the How to Find a Macro Social Work Job workshop, and you get immediate access with your purchase. There are a few different options for the workshop. You can have general admission, or VIP access. General admission, you get access to the workshop. You get a replay of the workshop for 7 days. With the VIP access, you get the same from the general admission, which is access to the June 30th workshop, as well as replay access to the workshop for 7 days. But then you also get a bonus VIP group intensive with me for 2 hours the day before the workshop, where I help you get career clarity, where you can really move into aligned work. So that's where I'm going to take you into a deep dive of my 3Ps framework to help you figure out what population do you want your work to center on? What types of organizations do you want to align yourself with? What do you want your work to look like as far as jobs? Because a lot of social workers only know policy, and there are tons of different jobs out there under the macro umbrella other than policy. So the VIP intensive the day before the workshop is designed to really give you the information you need to really maximize your job search, because you will then be only finding jobs that you really want. Not just the first job floating by, none of the things. So like if you're clear, or I will help you get clarity in the intensive, but if you're like, I only want to work on issues regarding children in middle school, that will then help you streamline the techniques that I'm going to teach you on Sunday to only find jobs working on issues regarding children in middle school, regarding whatever topic or area of interest, whatever that topic or area of interest is for you. So I'm going to go, because the goal was 15 minutes. I'm glad that y'all joined me. Y'all got my email. Happy macro career planning.